Your life does not begin with hope or choice. It begins with evaluation. You are a newborn, naked and slippery, screaming for a brief moment before falling silent. An elder holds you over a cliff, not as a symbol and not as a ritual, but as procedure. He looks for flaws, weak lungs, crooked limbs, an unfocused stare, anything that suggests you will consume more than you produce. If you fail, you fall. There is no explanation and no mercy. Gravity completes the decision. You survive not because you are special, but because you are acceptable. That is your first lesson. You are allowed to live only if you are useful. 7 years pass. Sparta has no interest in childhood. Your mother loses all claim to you, not gradually and not ceremonially, but completely. The state takes you. You are sent to the Agoge. This is not a school, it is a sorting system. There are no beds, you sleep on reeds torn from the riverbank with bare hands. The stalks slice your palms, blood dries in the cracks of your skin. No one treats the wounds, infection teaches efficiency. Food arrives once a day, not a meal, but a ration. Black broth, blood, vinegar, salt. It smells of metal and decay. The taste is unbearable. The calories are calculated to delay death, not to prevent hunger. Hunger never leaves. It follows you like a second shadow. Stealing is permitted, not out of kindness, but to identify who is smart enough not to get caught. If you succeed, nothing happens. If you fail, you are beaten, not for stealing, but for being careless. Pain is not meant to correct you, it is meant to train you. Shoes are forbidden. You run barefoot across stone, dust, and split earth. At first, your feet tear open. Later, they harden. The pain fades. The damage does not. You simply stop responding. Clothing is rationed like food, one tunic for an entire year. Summer burns, winter cuts. You are protected from neither. When the cold becomes dangerous, you rub nettles into your skin. It burns, muscles seize, nerves scream. Burning is preferable to freezing. This is called adaptation. Sleep is short and shallow. You learn to wake instantly, to hear through exhaustion, to function while injured. Once a year, there is a festival called Artemis Orthia. The name sounds sacred, the practice is not. Boys are whipped before the altar. The objective is simple: make no sound. The lash tears skin. Blood runs onto stone. Some collapse. Some die later from infection. Those who scream are remembered, not as victims, but as failures. You learn quickly what Sparta values: not bravery, not honor, control. You fight other boys daily, not as sport and not as practice, but as conditioning. Pancrecation has no rules. Biting is allowed. Fingers break. Eyes are targets. The boy you choke at night shared food with you that morning. Sparta does not separate brotherhood from violence. It forges them together. You are taught to speak briefly, not because thinking is discouraged, but because excess words expose weakness. A long sentence gives an enemy time. Silence gives them nothing. Stories circulate. One boy stole a fox and hid it beneath his cloak. The animal tore into his stomach. He did not react. He died undiscovered. This is not told as a warning. It is told as a standard. By 16, endurance is no longer enough. Initiative is required. You are given a knife and nothing else. You are sent into the countryside. Your targets are helots, slaves strong enough to concern the state. You do not challenge them, you stalk them. Days pass without sleep. You learn patience. You learn how fragile a throat is when cut from behind. This is not war. There is no balance of risk, only efficiency. When it is over, there is no praise, only the expectation that you will repeat it. You are no longer being trained, you are being used.
At 20, the Agoge ends, not because you are finished, but because the state has taken everything it needs. Now comes acceptance. You are presented to the Syssitia, the war brotherhood. There is no speech and no explanation. They vote with bread. If even one hand closes around it, you are rejected forever, allowed to live, forbidden to belong. The bread falls untouched. You are accepted. This is not a reward, it is belonging. You are issued your equipment, not as honor, but as responsibility. Your body is already shaped. The tools simply finish the job. Your primary weapon is the dory, a spear nearly 3 meters long with a leaf-shaped iron head built to pierce bronze and bone. The rear spike is not decorative. It kills when the spear breaks. Your secondary weapon is the Xiphos, a short sword drawn only when distance collapses and formation fails. Your shield is the Auspice, 1 meter wide and weighing 8 kilograms. It is strapped to the forearm, not held in the hand. This matters. It allows endurance under pressure. Lose your helmet and you are fined. Lose your shield and you are executed or exiled. The helmet protects only you. The shield protects the formation. Sparta has already decided which matters more. Your armor is linothorax, layers of glued linen hardened like wood, lighter than bronze, but strong enough to stop arrows. Total weight, 30 kilograms, half your body mass. You barely notice. You are not trained to fight alone. You are trained to disappear into structure. This is the phalanx. Your shield covers your left side and the right side of the man beside you. You depend on him. He depends on you. Fear is irrelevant. Alignment is everything. Orders are minimal. Signals are short. The formation thinks for you. The year is 480 BC. You march north under the sound of flutes, not for ceremony, but for breathing. Rhythm keeps lungs working. Disorder kills faster than blades. Your king is Leonidas. He does not motivate, he selects. 300 professionals, not volunteers, not heroes. You reach Thermopylae, a narrow pass between mountain and sea, 15 meters wide. Here numbers lose meaning. The Persian Empire approaches, vast and foreign. Bright fabrics, wicker shields, soft caps. They look wrong. A scout demands surrender. Leonidas replies, "Come and take them." The position is chosen. The ground is measured. Angles calculated. Before battle, you do not pray. You comb your hair and oil it. This is preparation. You expect to die. You want your body ready. The first wave charges, screaming, Medes. You wait. Distance closes. The order comes. Your shield slams into flesh. The spear moves in rhythm, forward and back. Not strikes, but stitches. Bodies pile up. The dead slow the living. Pressure builds from behind as your own formation pushes you forward. Blood mixes with dust. The ground turns slick. A whistle sounds. Rotation. You step back. Another man takes your place. You breathe. Warm water tastes of iron. You drink anyway. You step forward again. Your spear snaps. You discard it without thinking. Your hand finds the Xiphos. There is no hatred, only repetition. By sunset, the dead form a wall higher than a man. Day 1 ends. Day 2 begins without ceremony. The Persians send their solution. The immortals, elite, silent, better equipped. They move differently. The first clash is equal. Your shield absorbs weight, not panic. A spear slips past the rim and bites into your thigh. Pain is data. Adrenaline sharpens perception. You see openings before they happen. An immortal steps too close. You drive your blade under his chin. Bone cracks. He collapses without sound. They retreat. They are mortal. Night comes. No one speaks. At dawn, the scouts come running. The Persians are behind you. A local has shown them a mountain path. You are surrounded. This is no longer a battle. This is a scheduled death. Leonidas releases the allies. They are allowed to leave. 300 remain. No speeches, no tears. You understand the calculation. You will die today. The morning is quiet. You eat in silence. Leonidas speaks once. Eat well, Spartans. Tonight we dine in hell. You do not wait in the narrow pass. You step into open ground. The formation breaks on purpose. This is no longer defense. This is extraction. You charge forward. The fight collapses into chaos. Your shield shatters. Your sword lodges in a skull and snaps at the hilt. You keep fighting. You strike with bronze-wrapped fists. You break faces. You bite. Leonidas falls, pierced from every side. The king is dead. The battle does not stop. It grows more violent. 4 times you fight your way back to his body. A mound of corpses rises around it. Then the Persians pull back. Silence. You hear rain. The sky darkens. Not clouds, arrows, thousands of them. There is no cover, no shields. An arrow hits your chest. The armor fails. Cold metal enters hot flesh. Your legs give out. You fall. Sound fades. Above you is the Greek sky, the same blue you remember from childhood. There is no pain. Your heart stops. When the arrows end, the field empties. Xerxes walks among the dead, searching for Leonidas. He finds him buried beneath bodies. Victory feels wrong. In rage, he orders the body desecrated. The head is cut off and mounted on a spear. This is not strategy. It is an insult. There is no celebration, only counting. 20,000 dead, the elite destroyed. Xerxes asks how many warriors like this still exist. The answer frightens him. Thousands. One Spartan survives, by order, not by fear. Aristodemus. When he returns home, there is no mercy. No one speaks to him. No one gives him fire. They call him a coward. Another survivor cannot endure the shame. He hangs himself. In Sparta, dishonor is worse than death. Aristodemus waits. He trains blind in one eye. A year later, at Plataea, he breaks formation and charges alone. They call it battle madness. He seeks death. Death avoids him. He dies only when his body is destroyed beyond recognition. Sparta wins, but denies him honor. He wanted to die, not to win. Centuries pass. The myth grows. 300, 1,000,000 enemies. Simple, beautiful, false. You were not alone. 7,000 Greeks fought beside you. They are forgotten. History prefers brands. Archaeology tells a colder story. Arrowheads lie so dense that the ground still rings with metal. Bones are thicker than normal. This was not chance, it was selection. Dietary analysis confirms daily meat. 7 slaves worked the land to feed 1 Spartan body. Your strength was subsidized. Women trained as well. Weak mothers do not produce strong soldiers. While you died, they ruled Sparta. It was a functional system built for permanent war. Your sacrifice bought Greece 1 year. Time to build a fleet. Time to gather an army. At Plataea, Persia was destroyed. Europe did not become Persian, but Sparta paid the price. It created perfect killers and nothing else. No philosophers, no poets, no culture, only war. The population declined. An earthquake finished the city. Today, there are no great ruins in Sparta, only olive trees and silence. What remains is a myth. The idea that discipline can replace humanity, that obedience can replace choice, that a man can be reduced to a function and still be called great. You lived as a weapon. You died as a weapon. You did not retreat even when retreat was the only rational option. This life is over. Another may begin. A samurai, a Viking, a soldier of the First World War. The choice is yours. History is not finished with you.